Hello, it's Greedy Lich here. Oh, I see we have a game here that has interesting visual effects. So yeah, I decided to play this little game called Slay the Princess. Basically because it looks interesting, and that's like one big reason. Only reason maybe. Also because I feel like I like visual novels and I never stream one. So it would be nice one to maybe start it. I know close to nothing about it, except for what I glanced at Steam page. It seems to be narrative horror thing. And it keeps me wondering when I looked at it, like the premise seems to be, well, you have a choice to go and slay princess and you either do it or don't. So why this game is like, when I look at review, there were like 20 hours of gameplay and there are apparently chapters and branching story, etc. Like, where is this story come from with such simple premise? That's what I wonder. So today we will find out. So let's go. Chapter 1, the hero and the princess. So I guess we are a hero.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Simple enough premise. Oh, I like this. The background and forefront moves. It's not like a static image. It has foreground elements. I always like this kind of camera 2D effect.
You're here to slay her.
2D, 3D.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Dun dun dun. Oh yeah, so apparently we have a lot of options. From what I test, I basically went here and choose one of these options, and that was all testing that I did. So my knowledge of this game is actually, well, one more prompt. So from what I gather, the explore questions are basically, well, to explore some topics, but they basically give you information, I think, and they are not like choices. They basically, you ask questions, and I assume these are like actual choices of, okay, let's proceed with this. So since I don't know anything about this world, let's explore some topics. The end of the world? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
That seems like a valid argument. How can a princess locked away in basement end the world? That also seems like a good question.
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
So are you paying me for that? Oh wait, I think there was option like that. Do I get some reward?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
That's fair, I guess. Do you have any evidence to back this up? Do you?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
I guess, but that is not the evidence. So I guess the answer is no, or at least you don't want to provide them. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? I doubt that's the case, but we can ask.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Or do we?
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
This part I believe.
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
That
It's no
seems
use
reasonable.
arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
I see. Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? I mean, if she is bad, then maybe not, but let's ask.
Does it? You're a monarchist. Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
I see our narrator is more of the left field. Can someone else do it? Yeah, I mean, it's not that much that I can't or don't want to. It's more like I'm interested in my special in some way.
Oh, if only that were the case. But I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far. But unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Huh. I wonder. Forget it, I'm not doing this. Why is this explore? Shouldn't this be decision? Have you considered maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for? Oh, that's
It's a
important.
secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Haha. So does it have monetary value? Well, I'm not going to say I'm not doing this. At least not this time. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face. Okay, I'm sold. Let's get this over with. Okay, thanks for telling me what to do. So let's continue cabin. Turn around, leave. I guess I'm sold for now.
As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Wait, who is that? I thought I was the hero of this story. Is there another hero? Do we have like a team? Are we a party?
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I'm more interested in who he is and how he is here. I thought I'm the only one that can slay her because I'm the only one here. Okay. I guess I'm going in. Seriously, who's that hero?
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
So I can do Pristine Cut.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
That makes sense. Why didn't I bring my own blade? Yes, I'm taking
You
the blade.
take the blade
obviously.
from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Obviously. Oh, look, now I have
The door to the basement
blade as a
creaks
cursor.
open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I thought she is a prisoner here, not living here.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Oh,
Who's there?
me.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Who's this hero?
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
By who? Hi, I'm just checking it on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. Continue down the stairs. Let's just continue.
You're still listening to reason.
We can talk face to face.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
I don't know, she seems... This chain seems pretty... not that restraining. Like she could totally jump on me when I try to stop her. Why didn't she be chained with the second chain? So she would actually have problems with using her hands. Because I guess she will have problem to escape, but aside from that...
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Apparently. What? No way, why would you ever think that? Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. Nah. I haven't decided. I'm here to talk. Still your nerves are a step forward. Yeah, you caught me.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
Hmm.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade.
I mean, narrator is clearly pushing his agenda here. But who the hell is this hero?
Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Of us who? I'm not dropping it.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
Don't need to stop her immediately, but I'm not getting rid of my blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
Oh really?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
I don't know, this blade?
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
This is what I was talking about at the beginning.
So,
This is stupid.
you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Explorer, what if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us? Are you sure she's not armed? I'm sorry, can we just talk? I'm not dropping the blade. Drop the blade. Yeah,
You
what
go
is-
into this expecting to die. You're going to die.
What? How does that work?
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
Can you just talk without me dropping knife? Slay the princess. Pfft. Like that.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Well, fine, then I'll slay you. If you don't want to talk.
charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle.
What do you mean I lost?
She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down. As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity.
I feel betrayed.
You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You
Well,
have the
sorry.
upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
Me and you, princess.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, but there is chapter 2. The tower.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Oh, that's a cute music. Why is chapter 2 the same as chapter 1?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't that happened already? Okay, no. I died. What am I doing here? It's going to kill me again. Does it kill me? Yeah.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
Oh, really?
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
The hell is this? Is it my voice? This is me?
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. What does it matter what he knows? There's
Voice
nothing
of
we can do
broken.
to stop her. She's just going to kill us again. She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
This is more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure that whole thing literally just
It
happened.
hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did happen, already happened. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
I did. I grabbed my knife and trying to slay her.
Of course we died.
It failed.
We couldn't land a single blow on her, and she broke every bone in our body before she decided to let us die. What were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her now? It's pointless.
Let's throw the knife at her.
She's just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, but congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Well,
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. The princess killed us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
agree. You know, hero, you're not as bad, maybe.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Ooh. We are multiple timelines now.
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
I don't know. She got a knife and is now sitting there with a knife. Unless this knife is powerful enough so she can break the chains with it, which shouldn't be the case.
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
Can I get like a gun or at least crossbow or whatever if there are no guns in this world?
If she ended the entire world, why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin, break her chains and let her do whatever she wants. It's all the same in the end.
Now that's kind of defeatism.
Just because she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean you're not capable of slaying her. Both of those things can be true at the same time. So chin up. I believe in you.
Let's talk about
Just be
this
quick
princess.
about it.
She killed me last time around. How can I make sure this doesn't happen again? All she did last time around was beat me to death. How can someone like that end the world? To quote you from the last time around, she's just a princess. Why would she be strong enough to beat me to death with her bare hands? Who locked her in the basement? What is this place? Yeah, how
Like I said,
are we
if she
not
killed
getting
you,
beat?
it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Why is she strong
She
enough?
is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine. Or we could pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending that we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
Jeez,
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge?
I'm with a hero.
I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying.
I like this hero guy,
Just
never mind.
ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me? Yeah, what
I've told
aren't
you
telling me?
everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
I guess it's overcomplicated, that's why this game is so long.
The less you know about her, the better.
Locked her,
People
yeah.
locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods.
Then why
Don't
did
overcomplicate
people kill
things.
her? Yes, if people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is it falling on me?
I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way things are.
That sounds like bullshit.
Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here? Who cares if you think we're special? As far as I can tell, the only thing special about us is that we get to experience painfully dying all over again. Great.
Well,
Now,
that's
if
all.
you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure, why not? I guess
Oh,
we can
boy.
try again.
Before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Lying?
I
Cheating?
didn't believe her last
Why would
time
she
and
even bother?
she
She
killed
didn't
me
need to
anyway.
do anything like that last time.
Exactly.
She caught us off guard last time. We'll be fine. Let's just keep our wits about us.
Really?
At least one of you still has a shred of sense. Just make sure you listen to him and not that whiner. If that's what you
Fine.
want, I guess I don't have a say here.
Yeah, you don't. You're annoying. I'll go with it if only to spite this broken guy.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
How the hell is that inside the cabin?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Why didn't you? You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. Ah, I didn't even notice it. The whole cabin is different than last time. Approach the mirror, take the blade, enter the basement. What is this
That's
mirror?
because there isn't a mirror. There's the
What do you
altar,
mean there
the
isn't?
blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror.
Yeah.
There isn't. Who cares if there's a mirror? We're all going to die anyway.
Shut up.
And I'm sure that if we looked in there, we'd just see something sad and miserable looking
Yeah,
back
if we
at
see
us.
you, then
We don't need
perhaps.
any reminders of what we are. It would only make things worse.
Okay, so I guess these voices are voices in my head. They are me, basically.
For the last time, you're not going to die unless you let it happen. And luckily for you, there isn't a mirror, so no one needs to worry about confronting a grisly visage any time in the near future. Though, for what it's worth, if there were a mirror, I'm sure that you wouldn't find anything sad or miserable in it looking back at you. You probably look perfectly normal. Probably. Do you not know what we look like? He knows. He just doesn't have the heart to tell us.
Jeez, let's just... I care whether I'm being lied to. There is a mirror. I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. Doesn't matter, there's a mirror. Remain silent. Approach the mirror. Just approach the mirror.
You
Whatever.
walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Now I see why my cursor is like that.
We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
There really isn't mirror, huh? Am I... like tripping or something?
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Surely. Well,
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
it will be difficult with weapon as well, but whatever.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease.
Oh,
This is actually kind of nice.
is
It's
it?
still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Ooh.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
You know what? This hero guy is really starting to see like the most reasonable one.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Well, not like I have any choice.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond.
The beyond.
The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
If that's the case, then why she haven't broke it?
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
I'll take a guess.
You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
How about no?
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp. It clatters uselessly to the floor.
Did I choose that?
We
Probably
didn't
not.
drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember?
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you really just going to let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade.
Well, good job. Now we have even less chance to kill her.
Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
Can I know? Not kneel?
Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
Jeez, we are really good at this slaying part, huh?
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk?
Sure, I guess.
The last time we met, you couldn't even scratch me. And yet here you are again, trying to succeed where you've already catastrophically failed.
Yeah, we can fail even more catastrophically this time, I guess.
What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met? I suppose that lends credence to our conversation in the woods. Still,
Isn't
whatever you
it?
do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas.
Oh, she definitely don't know, huh? Let's say no.
Perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters.
Oh, shut up.
Pick up that needle.
Oh, joy.
Do it. It's what she wants.
How about no?
No objections here.
Great.
I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade. As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
I remember when I had it saying what's going on. Yeah, that was the times. Oh, joy. Why? What are you going to try to make me do with it? Well, I know what. I'm going to kill you. Yes, sure. You know, kidding about the divine hand. Who's doing that? Is it her? Is it you? No. Man.
You
Yeah,
reach
sure.
forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
Yeah, that I could do.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad. Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably going to stand anyway.
I hate you so much. All of you! Stop making me do things. I'm here to kneel here forever! Stand.
You can
Yeah,
feel a
stand.
creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your
Kneeling
feet,
is not
like two foes
nice
forced into an unhappy
activity.
truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
To defy me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance.
Yeah, I agree with that. Not standing because you're not even standing on ground right now.
Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
Oh, I haven't seen that coming.
What? You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
Yeah, and this. Bye, cruel world.
Oh, we'll end this all right. Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
Slay resist, slay the princess. Okay, let's slay her.
Your body is sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you, but you do your best to stagger forward. One step at a time, you move towards the princess.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but it seems you're in need of a harsher lesson.
Yeah, sure.
Plunge that knife into your lungs.
I'm sorry.
Don't. As you take another step forward, the blade digs into your ribs, slicing through flesh with ease. It somehow feels like an entirely natural thing to do, while the simple act of walking has become an arduous impossibility.
Yeah, that would probably be a thing if you stab yourself in the lung. Also, I like the detail. Now my dagger icon is bloody.
Then it slides back out, the wound burning as a small hiss of air escapes through the fresh orifice. Blood fills your lungs.
Can I try to stab her anyway for good measure before I die?
Now, do it again.
I guess not.
Keep doing it until I give you permission to stop.
Those are just words. You don't have to listen to her.
Not that it matters now.
That's what she wants.
Yeah, I know that's what she wants. She just said it.
You, heroic one, what are you doing? Don't just let this happen. Stop him from killing you. I'm on it. Your other hand locks around your wrist,
Thank you.
struggling to keep it from perforating vital organs. The blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of skin that plop to the floor to join the growing pile of blood and gore beneath you. Despite the pain, you manage to keep yourself in one piece, at least for now.
Yeah, but I still have gaping hole in my lungs. Thank you very much.
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird thinking it can defy a god. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose a gentle end. You can choose to leave that punctured vessel for the next.
Yeah, no.
Or you can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
That sounds somehow more
You
appealing.
continue to approach the princess, even as the repeated gouges of your blade expose bone and muscle to the open air of the
hello.
basement.
You're just here in the nice moment where I'm kind of stabbing myself in the lungs, but not
this
really.
would be a lot easier if you gave us a hand. My influence only goes so far, and I can only juggle so many things at once. The best I can do right now is to continue to drive you forward. Believe me, this whole ordeal would be so much easier if I didn't have to contend with free will.
You're the one making things difficult. You're the one making us hurt. She doesn't want to hurt us.
She sure
She's
have
just doing
do.
what she has to.
Stop.
As you finish crossing the room, you fall to your knees at the princess's feet, your chest heaving as your blood pools in the crevices of the stone floor, the coppery taste coating your throat.
Aren't you supposed to slay that Hime-chan? Well, I'm trying. Trying second time, and first time it went badly, and this time it's even worse.
The princess kneels down, lifting your chin with her finger as her face lowers to yours.
By the way, the narrator said that I should have no problem slaying her. And well, let's say I have some problems.
Your devotion is misplaced. You've surrendered to delusion. But something about your defiant spirit speaks to me. You are different than you were before.
Thanks, I guess.
Perhaps, if you've learned your lesson, I can spare you from the release of death.
Who, well, isn't scientist said that she is human. She didn't look human to me. Well, that's the thing. This is like a second try, and first time she did look like a human, but she still beat my ass. And this time it repeats itself, and she's kind of overpowered. Like some goddess. She's even floating above the floor.
There's a place at my side for you, if you'll have it. Not as an equal, but as something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Oh, thank you. I believe in equal opportunities.
Well, that's demeaning, isn't it? Yes, how thoughtful of her. It's a mercy. Take it. I think he's given up whatever say he had at the start of all this. At least one of you is sane. She's within striking distance, and she's only negotiating now because she knows you have what it takes to put an end to her. Seize the moment before it's too late.
I'm yours, pledge yourself to her. I said no, resist, which I can't even choose.
No.
Yes, though your body trembles, struggling to defend itself in the face of the princess's overwhelming will, you finally manage to break through, darting to her side before she can react.
Oh.
The wind of your freedom rushes through you, and you channel it into a decisive blow, stabbing into the soft flesh of her ankle and severing the tendons in an act of unyielding defiance.
Well, if she's like a heal less, then it would be nice. I said I overslept, so didn't saw beginning, but since you failed twice, you are shitty assassin then. Well, it looks like maybe I didn't fail the second time. Except the part when I stabbed myself in the lung.
She falls to the floor, crashing unceremoniously to her knees.
Also, I'm not sure if I'm even assassin. I feel like I'm more like executioner. But the failing part seems to be about right.
You don't give her any time to recover. Your heart pounding with determination, you plunge your blade into her chest. As you find your target again and again, she laughs, crude emotion breaking through her once stony composure as your blade cuts her flesh. We can do this, can't we? You always could. The decision to give you this task was not made lightly. You're here for a reason.
It's not too late to pick up the pieces. It's not too late to toss that blade aside and beg for forgiveness. Shut up.
I agree with Hero. Hero is my favorite voice in my head.
Me. You heathen! You worm! You defiler! You don't know the consequences of your arrogance!
Well, probably painful death, but I'll get it anyway.
Before you can strike the final blow, the princess lashes out, knocking you off your feet. There's an unsettling wet pop as your spine breaks, numbness and pain spreading through your body. As you rebound towards the ceiling in a moment of disorientated lightness, she drives her fist into your chest. Your body is crushed as she pulverizes you into the floor, the ground itself breaking from the impact.
Oh, that's like some Dragon Ball move.
You lie there, broken, beyond pain, unable to even see what she's done to you. But the princess is succumbing to her own wounds as well. She looks down upon her body in abject horror and disgust.
You made me use my hands. I can feel myself twisting into something new, something dull, something defiled. What have you done to me?
You're monsters and conspirators. I can't bear to.
What do you mean conspirators? That wasn't conspiracy. We were pretty open about what we're doing here.
The princess has been nothing but cruel to you. You should feel liberated by her fall.
I do.
But I don't feel liberated. I feel empty. Aside from the pain, I feel fine.
She
God
collapses
Slayer.
to the floor.
Slay your better.
Her glassy
Nice.
eyes watch,
Achievement get.
unblinking, yet somehow still full of anguish and fear as the two of you perish together. I suppose we were never gonna get a happy ending here, were we? Don't let those be your final thoughts. You saved the world. That's worth something.
Is narrator trolling you, or is it rather serious? Narrator is like... he has his own agenda, definitely. And he's pushing me towards it. But I don't think he's like doing it maliciously to me, per se. It's more like, you know, he wants to use me to accomplish his goal, and that's it.
I guess. Regardless of how you feel about it, it's finally over. Thank you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Yay. Chapter 3. The Fury. So I guess it's not the end.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of the path... Okay, what the hell is that?
My question exactly. The hell seems to be accurate description of that. Shut up.
I think he's upset. What's he got to be upset about? We just killed a god.
Yeah! That's a nice new voice. So will I get a new voice every chapter? That's interesting.
Exactly. You heathens destroyed the most beautiful thing that ever was and ever will be.
Yes, because I did play a game where the narrator had similar voice and he did troll you for sure with every action he did. Nah, I don't think that's the case.
Can't say I have much sympathy for you. She was bad for us and you almost got us killed.
Yes, actually you did get us killed.
You're being too
Not almost.
generous. You did get us
Yeah!
killed.
Now I have my favorite voice.
Alright, enough chatter. I've got a thing I'm supposed to do, and if you don't mind, I'd like to do it without any more interruptions. Okay, great, you're listening. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a... If your thing is telling us about the princess, don't waste your breath. We know all about her, and it's hardly a path in the woods at this point, is it?
Seriously.
Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously.
Is that so? It feels like I'm being pulled in 100 different directions. You better all listen to me when the time comes to make the choice. If we hit the point of no return you mentioned, then what happens? No matter what happens next, it seems like our answers are in the cabin. We might as well see it through. Silently proceed to cabin. I know if this bye, turn and leave. Hey, you better
So
listen to me.
what if I'm speaking my mind? It's not like I've ever really got a say in things.
You stabbed me!
What a crock of shit. Yeah, you stabbed us last time. Repeatedly. It didn't even work.
It doesn't count.
We died! If you didn't submit to her, for all we know, that wouldn't have happened.
It's the punishment you all deserved for not listening to me. To her.
Aside from our sulking friend, I don't think you have much to worry about. You're still the one in charge here, and I don't think that's ever gonna change.
It changed last time.
Second he tries something, I'll put a stop to it.
Hopefully. Okay, what
Then
happens?
what happens? Have you even been listening? It's the end is what happens.
Sure didn't happen up till now.
Yeah, but is there something after the end? How am I supposed to know? The end means finality. It's not like I can just peek on over to the other side and tell you what it's like there, if there even is a there. It doesn't matter because we're going to win. Now that's exactly the sort of mindset I like to see. Don't let yourself be consumed with self-doubt. Don't flirt with oblivion. Just focus on the present and everything will be absolutely fine.
Yeah, let's see it through.
Good, we're all on the same page. It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill. You'll find the princess within, as I'm sure you already know. End her. That's it? No final words of advice? I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard.
Probably.
If there's still a princess at the cabin, maybe we can salvage things. Maybe if we just grovel and apologize, things can go back to how they were before.
Yeah, I don't see that. I wonder how she looks now with this pleasant surroundings.
Oh, cut it out, will you? We need to be tough right now. And you're making it so much harder than it has to be, so stop whining. The interior of the cabin is a place that feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight. But that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it. A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat. That's horrible. You did this. The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
It's this mirror again. And this time it's blocking the door. You didn't mention the mirror last time either. Why? Why are we supposed to go to the basement? There is no door. There's just a mirror where the door used to be. Take the blade.
A mirror? There is no mirror. We've done this already. Try to keep up. The repetition is maddening. I don't know what to tell you. There isn't a mirror because I would know if there was a mirror. You're either seeing things or you're confused on the definitions of door and mirror. Or you're seeing things. That seems far more likely. What are you trying to say exactly?
He thinks we've lost it, that we're succumbing to madness, that something in us has broken.
Yeah, you.
That's an unnecessarily melodramatic way to describe a hallucination, but sure. I'm not going to waste time arguing with any of you. It went away after we touched it last time. Let's just do it again.
Let's take the blade.
Take the blade from the pedestal. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I guess like last time we at least did
Good.
that.
Nothing feels better than gripping cold steel.
Oh yeah.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. You really don't, do you? How strange. It really is just like last time. Are we really hallucinating? Why here? Why now?
Smash it. Smash it to pieces. It's the only thing keeping us from her.
Don't you want to know what we'll see in there? We won't be able to see anything if we smash it.
Last time we didn't really see anything.
Nah, I'm with him on this one. Smash it. Let's get violent already. Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it doesn't matter, aside from wasting dangerous amounts of time.
Wipe the
You
mirror.
reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised?
Me and you, hero.
You step forward into the darkness. The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high-vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic. The air is thick, its odor an oppressive violence, the metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
This time I would agree.
Her voice, a bellowing rage, roars up the stairs.
Was severing the tendons of my ascension not enough for you? Was it not enough to rend my divine heart? Come, see the horrors you've wrought upon my flesh, and feel my hands set upon your throat.
Okay.
See how you've soured my once divine melody.
She's so angry with us. Why? Why did you desecrate her? Why couldn't I stop you?
Because you're pathetic.
You've got to stop thinking about her like that. It isn't doing anyone any good. She's not some untouchable god. She's an abomination. But we're going to put an end to her once and for all.
Whatever she is now is our fault. If she's an abomination, then what does that make us?
I don't know, because we can't even see a mirror.
It doesn't matter what we are. She needs slaying, and we've got the means to do it, so let's get a move on. If I might interject, you didn't make her into an abomination. She's always been what she is. It's why you're here, and it's why your task is so important. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood, a deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. This place reeks of torment, of ripped skin and burning bone.
Honestly, she looks better than I expected her to.
The princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
I'll take the guess that you're going to kill me.
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh. And then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears. It plops to the ground, and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings.
I told you this chain is useless. We wouldn't have all this complicated story if she would be chained properly.
She is loose, and she is coming for you.
Let her end it. It's the punishment you all deserve for what you did to her. It's the punishment I deserve for letting it happen.
Screw that, we can win. We've done it before and we'll do it again, only this time we'll make it out the other side. Hell, she's practically done most of the work for us.
What happened to you? Wait, we don't have to do this. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry for what I did to you. Please just listen to me. I'm going to end you, slay the princess, or just slay the princess. Let her end you. Yeah, let's end
You'll
this.
try. And that's what I've been so excited for. Let's hurt each other.
Then she's
Your heart full of fear, you charge towards the princess, your eyes locked on each other, both of you prepared to lay down your very essence in one blow. It's now or never. Let's make it a beautiful blaze of glory.
the free space between the bars that would let her escape. So why didn't she? I don't know. I guess she was waiting for us to kill us again. Maybe.
The horrifying squelch. You are unwound.
Ah.
No, that's our stuff. She can't just do that. She just did. Unfortunate, I know, but reality is reality.
Jeez, thanks.
You should all just be grateful she's decided to keep us alive. Even in her defilement, she is merciful.
We're not out for
Is
the
she?
count just yet.
Explore. You damn cheater. Give me my insights back. I killed you last time. I swear on everything that I'm going to find a way to kill you again. I only killed you last time because you were going to end the world. We can tuck ourselves back from this ledge. I'm sorry for what I did to you, but you did horrible things to me too. Where is all this supposed to end? We can't just keep killing each other forever. This is no time forward. Step forward and engage your enemy. So there is a really serious question. Why she's imprisoned and why they didn't kill her back then? There actually, believe me, was an option to ask the very question you're asking, and I did. And narrator basically responded in something like, they couldn't kill her, only you can because you're special, but he didn't want to say why exactly are we so special. Give me my insights
The
back.
words don't leave your metaphorical mouth. Instead, all that leaves you is a wet and horrible gurgling as tissue vibrates out of place.
Ah, well.
Our metaphorical mouth.
You don't have the means to speak anymore, do you? How tragic.
And why she's imprisoned? Well, apparently people could imprison her but couldn't kill her. That's, I guess, what he said. But he didn't want to specify anything else. He's basically very vague.
Tragic, though, isn't it? I'm not satisfied dividing fear and indignation from your eyes alone. A quivering mound of flesh is no companion.
She snaps her fingers, and the basic form of a vocal system assembles before you.
Oh, thank you.
Now, little bird, what was it you wanted to tell me?
I'm sorry, okay, I'm sorry for what I did. I said give me my insights back, please. What's your end game here?
Your defiance robbed me of my end game. You desecrated my divine spirit and plunged me into your realm of flesh. The only thing left for me is your torment.
Yeah, so that's her goal, basically.
Just submit already. What is there left for us to do?
It's hopeless. Submit. Seize control of your broken body and lie waste to your foe.
Skin flayed and organs flapping, you charge towards the princess.
That's right. She'll never stop us.
Still you defy your god. I've made the mistake of underestimating your resolve before. Never again.
I feel like you do.
You swing for her heart. What's left of you explodes.
Oh well.
So that's it. It's over. Just like that.
Of course it's over. It's been over since the very first moment we laid eyes on her.
This is the final note of your discordant melody. You will not return again, because you will live in that single tone forever.
Is that so?
No! No! It's not over! We're a god killer! We've returned from death itself twice!
Didn't you hear her? We're not dead.
What's the difference? From many perspectives, there isn't one. But functionally, that is, from your perspective, the difference is massive.
Difference is that there is no chapter 4 starting right now.
You are entirely laid bare, spread to each corner of the room. Yet you are wholly aware of the state you're in. Incapable of movement, but entirely capable of perception. In fact, perceiving your state is the only thing you can currently do. You are preserved, perfectly, in the amber of her torment.
How nice.
We're more than this. We've lost bodies before. We just have to lose this one and make another.
How are you supposed to lose this one? I can't do anything right now. She's not letting me. She's going to get worse. She gets worse every time we get in cabin. Shut this vessel for the next. So I guess I can just do it.
I don't know. You're the one who makes things happen, so make it happen. Who said anything about getting to a new cabin? No, we make something new here.
Oh,
It won't matter if you do. She'll just pull us apart again.
I wonder if there is in next play a marker that shows which choices select previously.
And
Well, I guess we'll
preferably,
see
we make something
after I
without
get
him.
some final ending.
Absolutely not. I refuse to let you just decide to die with your task unfinished. If you die here, the world is doomed.
Do you have better idea? But you do die. There is a great release as you lose your grip on what left of your flesh and blood. And yet you are still here.
Your Honor, where the hell are you? Are you already at the Princess? This place is different. Rotten. Death all around us. I want to go back.
Voice of the Hunted.
So you've returned already, and I remain here. Is this our final destination?
The Princess tilts her head to look at you, and with a gesture, you are unwound. Again? Already?
Clearly I left you with too much room last time. Perhaps this cell will hold you better.
You know what to do. Again.
Die again. After you relinquish your body, and again you find yourself here, but somewhere else.
Your Honor, she's gorgeous.
Smitten.
Absolutely divine.
You, guy who describes things, you better start saying what we do this time.
And what are you doing?
Attacking her, obviously.
Right. You charge towards the Princess and...
There is no spark in you, only matter devoid of life.
you explode.
Again.
And again. You let yourself go, and you are living once more.
You're on a path. We are not on a fucking path. I have no idea where we are.
Most of the cheated. Now that's a voice I can get behind.
We're in the middle of a fight, so act like it.
So you are. Okay, you dive towards the princess and we're unwound. Yes, her head swivels creakily on her neck, fire in her eyes as your body unravels with blinding pain.
No.
Again.
Again! You have no body. You exist. You are reborn.
Your Honor,
No time. You narrate now.
yes, of course. Pristine blade grasped firmly in your hands, you fly towards the princess before she can turn to face you. We might actually do it this time.
I can feel that body of yours slicing through the air. How many more times will I have to scatter you?
I don't know. Probably a
As
lot.
she turns towards you, the very essence of your being begins to flake away. Your muscles, then organs, then nerves lay bare and screaming as the rest of you is stripped of substance. Oh, boo-hoo. It's just a body.
Yeah.
It just needs to last long enough to sink this blade into her heart.
But it doesn't last. You are disintegrated. Everything goes dark.
But there is no you to die.
How many times do I need to pulverize you before you finally understand? You are nothing. An empty void that dared to dream it was alive.
That feels right.
If we're nothing, then why are we still here?
Because we always have been.
Ooh, existential.
If we're nothing, then how can we do anything?
Look at my icon right now. My cursor. What is that even?
The same way we always have. Being nothing has never stopped us. Now end this. End her.
Can we?
You cannot win if you cannot be.
End this. A force races towards the princess's exposed heart. Threads of texture pulled from an all-encompassing nothing.
How? I scattered the atoms you clung to and there was nothing there to find. You can't exist.
I don't know, I guess we do. The threads pierce her heart and cradle her spirit.
It's over.
Oh, I think I understand you now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do the things I did to you. I don't think I knew what I was doing.
Oh, really?
She sounds genuine. They always do in the end.
It's cold, but I'm going to be okay, right?
Nah, I wouldn't count on that. Creepy. Quantum Beak. Find the means to triumph over an angel's core? You do not get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away and it's left something else in her place. The mirror that never exists.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I did hear achievement. Well, that's second one I got, I think. I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we even go about looking for her. The narrator is gone. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror. Push the mirror. I don't know.
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing.
The awful mirror or the
It's
background?
like it's mocking us.
Don't bother looking for her. I'm sure it's just a waste of time.
Probably. Narrator is
Yes.
gone.
Does that mean the world ended? He was never going to outlast us.
The world didn't end. We're still here. Come on. We just need to keep going.
I think I'm supposed to look
There's
at the mirror.
something dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
He really is into it.
Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
Okay.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
It's not even I have choice. Mirror never scared you before. Yeah, why?
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
Oh. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Oh, I have hand actually. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. The body. It's you. It's you. You're alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. Ah, she is here. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you? The gift of fragile vessel? Is this the end of the world? Let's her out of there. Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? Are you the princess? Do we know each other? What happens now? Attack her entity, destroy your body. Let's ask, what are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Apparently, I don't know, body? Solitary light? What do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
Well, that sounds like me right now. What do you think I am? I don't know what I am. I am a person. Wow, that's a statement. What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me.
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
What's the gift of fragile vessel?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is desecration. She placed the weight of her agony on you, yet it is she who unwound herself. There is passion and empathy buried under her unfeeling skin. She will make for a weathered heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace.
That's nice. Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
That is good point. You know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
I see.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Let her out of here, are you? Are you?
I
The
have
cause
only
of
just
this-
now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
I guess we can arrange that. Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Okay. But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Generally speaking, yes. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Let's explore
I'm
this.
sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me.
I see.
I promise that it doesn't hurt.
What happens now? Attack her, destroy your body. I'm not destroying myself. Thank you very much. I guess we can ask what happens.
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Is she saying that I need to complete all endings? Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? How many more pieces of you do I have to find? And what if I don't let you do this to me? I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do? How many pieces?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Wow. That's super inaccurate. Vague.
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Figured. How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
Does it mean I need to, at the very end, go the same route to get here? Or perhaps all routes will bring me here eventually?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished. Dry. Hollow. You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
I'm not going back. Okay, make me forget. I'm curious what will happen.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Wait forever. Okay, I'm ready. Let's wait forever.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping?
Are you asking me if I'll save the game and close it?
If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An
Probably.
imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Oh, the game just stopped. And it actually closed. Okay, let's go back. And I guess we can go back to the box and take her offer. I knew it's gonna be some kind of fourth wall breaking thing. This game takes surprisingly long to start. Oh,
You have
there it is.
returned to me, though you were gone mere moments.
I never left your side.
I
Attempt to
never left
outweigh your
side.
destiny. Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Not the level of Doki Doki, but good one. Huh?
You won't.
Oh, I like that. She asked you to remember. You won't. Everything goes dark and you die. A wetter heart, bring the fury to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path,
The real
is
Slay
a
the Princess
cabin.
starts here.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Note, you can skip previously seen there by hitting tab on your keyboard or R1 on your controller. Okay. So I guess it's not telling me what I already choose, but I can skip these things. The end of the world, what you're talking about. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can someone else do it? Forget I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for this? Okay, thanks for telling me. Sweet, I always wanted to off the mortar. Viva la revolution! Silently continue to cabin and turn around and leave. Okay, I basically choose all of this. And now, are you curious about one of these or should I continue? Go on, okay. You know what? Screw it. I'm
Seriously?
leaving.
You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
I don't know. Okay, fine. Your persistence. I'll go to the cabin and slay the princess. Ah! Okay, fine. I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to the princess. Maybe I'll slay her. Maybe I won't. I guess we'll see. Lie. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Nope. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. And I'm not going to the cabin. I'm actually pretty okay with the world ending. I release the coming of the new dawn beyond our own. Gonna go in opposite direction now. Quietly continue down the path away from cabin. Nope. I don't know.
I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
What are the odds?
Convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Okay, going into cabin. Jeez. Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
I don't care, I'm not killing a princess. Good, maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. Not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this. Yeah.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
You may have a point. But whatever.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
There is no fighting this. Is there? I have to go into the cabin, don't I? Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Well, no one will.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Oh?
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Now we have a lot of cabins. That's improvement, I guess.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Chapter 2, The Stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, really? I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this happened already? Okay, no. You aren't kidding. She actually ended the world last time, didn't she? What the hell is she? Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks. But I died, the whole world ended. What am I doing here? These walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin. Yeah, okay, heading to cabin now, where I'm definitely going to slay the princess. Yeah, I get it, I'm going to cabin. Silent proceed to cabin. If I can run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying here in the woods forever. Stay in the woods forever. But hey, you didn't die in chapter 1 this time. Apparently I did, because the world ended on me.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Oh.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more
Contrarian.
fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
I like that you got all these voices depending on your choices.
He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day.
Yeah.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
You know what? Let's go. I'm curious what we'll find now.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
I mean, he is, but
Let's
it's also
keep an
fun.
open mind. The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
By the way, who actually is the narrator? If you mean like voice actor, then it was mentioned on the Steam page, but I don't know him, so I'm not sure. And if you mean like in the story, then well, he is a narrator. He's not a physical being, for what I can tell.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Can I jump into the void?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
Yes, it's incredibly simple and straightforward.
You can't just say that. But when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
And what is about? You're definitely doing conversation with these multiple voices. What did you have here? Multiple personality disorder? Well, it seems like not only the world is evolving, it's also like you are changing. And well, you're starting as this hero, and you have this voice of hero that's rarely speaking in chapter 1. But apparently, depending on what you are doing in these chapters, you're getting a new voice in your head that is acting kind of according to what happened before. Which is why, because I was so contrarian, I got the voice of contrarian in my head now to argue everything.
How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
By the way, speaking of myself in this game, have you seen my hand? That is not a human-looking hand. You didn't say anything about the mirror. Approach mirror. Take the blade. Let's approach mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward
See?
and rub your hand
I
against
have
the
this
cabin.
weird claw.
I hope you know how ridiculous
hand.
you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Yeah, in chapter 4 probably. Or end of chapter 3. I guess we can take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife, but you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom.
Can I?
It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Yeah, let's
Switch your
hand
grip
it.
on the blade.
Ah!
Congratulations. Yes! Isn't this so much better?
I agree.
Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
Throw the blade out of the window. Let's enter.
The door to the basement
Ah.
creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
I mean, material look like a stone, but I'm not sure if they will even lead me to anything.
Nothing here seems to belong. And the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone the air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
That was
If the
poetic.
princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
That's probably right.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success?
That we're going to die anyway.
There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Oh yeah. Oh. Take the harsh stair to the left. Take the center staircase. Take the soft stairs to the right. Let's go the harsh reality.
You step to the left. The path is cruel against your feet, the impact of each step sending pulsing vibrations up your legs, until there's nothing left in them to feel. The air around you grows cold the further you progress. At first a barely noticeable drop, quickly evolving into a numbing cold. Your toes feel like blocks of ice, your breaths puff out in clouds of condensed vapor. You shudder against it as you continue down
Is
the
there
stairway,
even a princess there?
losing yourself in the bone-deep chill. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. time disappears, and you can feel yourself
I
begin
am
to
nothingness
untether.
again.
Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you just going to stand there?
Oh, hello.
What the hell was that? What happened to us?
I was so sure this is the end.
I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs.
Oh, why are we holding our knife normally again?
Oh well,
That's
that was a
lame.
trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
I guess. Comparatively. I'm sorry I didn't realize I was here. What's your name? Getting down here was weird. Like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me? For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here? You're apparently a threat to the world. I was sent here to slay you. What's your name? Do you have name?
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
That is not a name.
Princess.
Wow! Jump scare.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time?
I wasn't here.
Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it.
Oh, back at you, narrator.
It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. It's not
Unthink
already
them.
too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
I bet we can. Narrator is rather proof he didn't know what happened last time. Well, apparently he don't remember the previous times ever. There's more of you now. Getting down here was weird. I'm getting you out of here, try to free her. And I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I can't trust anything here. Leave her in the basement and slay the princess at once. Nice. Do you know why you're here?
Maybe it's because I'm dangerous.
Probably.
But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it.
I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
But I'm curious. There's more of you
And
now.
what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin? I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do, all chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best.
she fractures again.
I don't like where this is going.
Neither do I, which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start?
Which one?
We would always start by stabbing her. Which her? Any of them. I don't know about you, but I'm sure glad we took that knife with us. I can't believe someone suggested you toss it out the window. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers? Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
No, now even Contrarian wants to get out of here.
What, like you need me to hold your hand and tell you everything's okay? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here? Oh, I thought they would send something better to deal with me. If the stairs manage to chew you up,
I will devour you.
sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either.
That is
I
true.
don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
Yeah, let's do all of this.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. All at once you charge forward, knife beaming to slay the princess just as you strike at her bindings and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
Are we actually reached the end?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
I can fix her! Said no one successful ever.
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
Oh my god.
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
It's going to be okay. I'll do my best. I don't think you're supposed to be fixed. No. You just destroyed everything. I'm not going to fix you. Say nothing. No. The illusion of choice. When everything is possible, nothing is. But you'll never know if she hears your replay. She's gone. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Oh, there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared this is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's going to be okay, just trust me. We've been here before, and you've always got scared.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. He's just messing with us, right?
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The bloat. You've grown. You've grown. Huh. I thought what I would see in the mirror would be like a reflection of my path, but it seems I'm like this being that keeps growing as well after like absorbing all these possibilities. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Sure. Are you the same being as you were before? How much have changed? What does it feel like to change like this? When this is all done, do you know what you want to do? You know that at the end of this, once you finish, I'm going to kill you, right? When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall was around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before? I can't? I didn't know that. You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met, thank you. You have been kinder to me than anyone else that I met. Why? What do you want me to bring you next time? Do you have any thoughts on this vessel? I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear these things will be. What do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you, I've heard them. How many more vessels do I need to bring you? I'm ready to go back. Attack the entity, destroy your body. I'm not sure if I can choose all of this, so what I'm interested in is do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and wall. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart.
I guess.
Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
I'm the same being.
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
I see. Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a straight
I'm
answer?
sorry. Words are different for me. They never fully leave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
What does it feel to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward. With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed.
I see.
But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you. Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
I mean, they can be.
My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
So you don't have preference?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
Sometimes she has a really nice voice. She could do ASMR. If I say how many more vessels, she probably say more than
If I
zero.
am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are
never
shallow
mind.
and murky,
She actually
and I yearn for more perspective.
says something different.
You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
If she did, I would like to listen. Well, I mean, she is also, her name is also stated in the Steam page. I don't remember it, sorry. So maybe you can find if she does anything else, if you're interested in her voice. I know that the creator of this game also makes some other game before, because it was said that it's from creator of some other game that I never heard about. So maybe she's voicing there as well. No, I'm going to kill you, right?
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover. Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
I need to check this later. If that is actually true, that I cannot literally choose the same.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
I guess.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but they are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them you are a gate to something more, but they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
What will happen if I attack her? You will cut across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
What if I destroy my body? You raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into the space your body should be, you feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Okay.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything is go dark and you die. A rich and vibrant heart. Bring the stranger to her.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path,
Okay. If you consider then maybe I'm okay with the
of
world
course I
ending.
haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
I'm sure there are some people.
I mean, maybe some people do. Nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
I guess.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie. She will. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is all.
Okay, Miss Nicole Goodnight, who voices the princess, is also VTuber. I don't know, but it may be the case. You know what? Let's go to the basement without knife. Let's see what will happen.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below.
Oh, I cannot skip this.
This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Well, if she is a VTuber, then there is a chance she's done ASMR.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Hi, just checking in on you. I'm here to save you. I'm here to save you, lie. Hey, I think I'm here to slay you?
You must have the wrong address.
Ah, I see.
Great job. You've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Trust me, she can do a lot.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains?
I don't think so. Hold on, let's talk a bit first. I'll see what I can do, examine the chains. Let's talk.
Okay.
What's your name? I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked here, up here for a reason. I wasn't kidding when I say I was sent here to kill you. You're apparently going to end the world. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking? That's a good point. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? I won't kill you, but I can't just set you free. It's too risky. What if I stayed for a while and just keep you company? Maybe then everyone could be happy. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while decide what to do. Keep her locked away. I'm sorry, but I just can't trust you. This doesn't end up, and it isn't worth a risk to take you reward over the potential fate of the world. Retrieve the blade. From where? From the room upstairs? Go back upstairs to retrieve the blade without saying another word. Okay, so it is from upstairs. Well, I'm going to choose all these explore options, probably. But okay, fine. I guess we can start from what you've been eating.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
She's eating souls.
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Nah, there is no option to inquire further about that. I think. Oh, there are no options. I can't believe they've been keeping you down here like this. I'm getting you out of here, examine the chains, or okay, I'm going to get you out of here and make me regret this, examine the chains. What's your name? Do you have a name? Oh?
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Again, that is not a name.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
So is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
And I said that is not a question I am asking.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name though. Everyone has a name.
Yeah, like the normal human being I am, surely.
Okay, that's weird.
Is it better than Princess Prin?
She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
I don't know. Maybe
Of course I'm locked up
should
down
be.
here for a reason.
Well,
I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
well, she didn't come up with anything.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
You think?
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
No. But you were pretty successful with this. I was hoping you would tell me.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
I mean, that would be a good start.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that, and I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
I mean, I don't really trust either of you.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
Well, I guess narrator is kind of right, because the word ended a few times. They didn't? Well, did you hear he ever mentioned how she will destroy the world?
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me.
How is it not about you saying the right thing?
This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about.
And potentially the rest of the world.
Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
I don't like her arguments, to be honest. She's like, we all know that you can trust me and don't trust them. Duh. Like, why? You didn't say
Don't let her
shit,
turn the
lady.
tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything. all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less. That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
And why is that?
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
Like the time that she shed her skin?
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
I'm with you,
One
hero.
way or another,
Maybe.
I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
Now you seem trustworthy.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Yeah, let's lock her.
I know you think this is some kind of fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep watch. No one has to die.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
Well, watch.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way back to the stairs.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
Probably.
Either way, she dropped the mask, didn't she? You can still grab the blade and get back down here.
Now we're sticking to play and locking her away. Oh, that's a relief. I was afraid I already committed to not slaying her. Nah, we're
It'll be the
sticking.
death of all of us, but fine. We'll do it your way.
I actually believe you, narrator, for that, but I want to see it.
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
Why is it not holding the blade right now?
Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out?
I guess she did break the chain. Unless she's banging on the wall of her prison.
It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You won't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Tell me all you want. All I did is my guilty consciousness. So all of that was just an act, wasn't it? You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess, you're a monster. Nor can I go to sleep.
I can be innocent and harmless, if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
Can I just point that this door opens inwards? then how the hell barricading it like this with table would work? I mean, how would table even barricade it in the first place? But still.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Ah, no problem.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach.
Maybe if I would barricade it properly, that wouldn't happen.
Whose side are you on?
Well, not yours, clearly.
Yours, of course. But
Oh,
I have a
narrator.
duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
You probably can.
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
That is a nice green.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs
Like
stop
endured.
drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
About that.
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Ooh, the nightmare. I guess we stumble upon the horror path.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
It's
If you
distorted
don't,
music.
it will be the end of the world.
Yeah, déjà vu. Wait, hasn't this happened already? Okay, no. But I died. It's going to kill me again. Proceed. I'll leave. What if I leave now? Yeah,
You
bye.
have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Ah, maybe this is what I was told about. That I can't make the same choices.
Again? People don't die twice. You
Unless
haven't
you're a
met the
shadow
princess, and
that
I
dies
hardly
twice.
think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh. What if he hears us?
Ooh, paranoid.
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save after all.
Okay, I was exploring this. The second chapter, so let's just go.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she
I
will
can
do
skip this.
everything in her power to
Oh,
stop
probably
you
because
from
now
slaying her.
the paranoid will
Don't believe a
say
word she
anything.
says.
I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
Yeah, before she wasn't.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
I feel we can trust her now.
The interior of the cabin is plain,
Oh.
the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway.
That looks not creepy at all.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time. It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us?
I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out, but if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
Do I care for a mirror? Let's try.
You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. It's a wall.
Anything
There
happens
isn't
here?
much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we walk.
You reach forward and rub your hand against. Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
Soul cabins is different than I remember it being. You know what? This seems safe. Let's just go without
We
blade.
should have taken the knife. I don't think going down there unarmed is going to do us any favors.
No, we'll be fine.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness.
More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Maybe.
Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
I'm going to talk to her. We don't need a plan. I'm just going to kill her. Mr. Nitro seems to think I can do it. I don't know why you're being such pessimist about it. Stop of the voice between the stair. What? That is the choice. Yeah, why
Finally,
you're
a voice
pessimist?
of reason. The rest of you should take notes. Still, slaying her would be easier if you had a weapon.
Nah,
Should we
we
go
don't
back
need
for
it.
it? Can we even go back for it? You briefly turn back. Where once there was an entrance to the cabin, now there are only more stairs.
Well, that's
I guess the
answered
only
your
way out
question.
of this place is through it. You make your way
Ah,
to the
I
bottom
can't go
of
into the void.
stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed.
Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not.
We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again.
Well, sorry for you.
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Probably. Go left, go right, do nothing. Go back. If I go back, can I go into the void? It's probably really don't matter. Also, that is creepy, because these eyes are not in the background, they are in foreground. Whee! Yeah, let's go back.
You turn back to the stairs, only to find that they aren't there.
Of course they aren't.
A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are.
Oh.
I told you I was going to find you.
Yeah, you did.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb.
I must say she's kind of cute.
Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
It's almost
Yep.
like you want me to get you.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. Think!
If you can find one.
What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver,
Livers,
nerves,
heart,
lungs, liver,
nerves.
Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. What are you doing?
I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want...
And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. You sure about that? Are you sure that's what
Paranoia ASMR.
You want to interrupt me some more?
you have seconds left.
Yes, I'm sure.
Heart, lungs,
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead, even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. Why?
I thought she would by now.
The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. The way out of here is nowhere to be seen. That isn't my fault.
Okay, this may be my fault.
Doesn't matter whose fault it is because fighting her isn't an option right now. Then you should get looking, shouldn't you?
Why won't you finish me off? What good am I to your life? What do you want from me? What happened after you killed me last time? I was sent here to stop you from destroying the world. I can't just let you leave. You're a lunatic, you know that, right? If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down situation? How about I just kill you instead? We don't have to be enemies. We can work together. We can be friends even. I'm not doing any of this. I'm not helping you leave, and I'm not going to try and kill you. So your words remain with your nightmare. Okay, let's go out of here. Live together. Fine, you win. I'll let you leave. Live together or run. Why won't you finish me
Because
off?
I don't want to. And even if I did, I don't have to. Look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have to keep your heart pumping right now. And I'm enjoying the show.
You and me both, princess.
The princess leans forward, bringing her masked lips close to your ear.
If I want to see you gone, all I need to do is break your concentration.
See, that would be nice option to her doing ASMR right now. If she would deliver this line into your ear.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
She slowly runs her velvet glove across the base of your neck. It feels like static. And then...
Shit, make her stop.
Hey, snap out of it.
Okay, deep breath, we're fine. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
You're back. Lungs, liver,
One
nerves,
moment,
heart,
and then
lungs,
you're gone.
liver, nerves,
Just
heart,
like
lungs, liver,
that.
nerves, heart, lungs,
Ah, and there's the fear.
liver, nerves, heart. She pulls away. Liver, nerves,
But that wouldn't be very fun, now would it?
nerves,
I've already done that.
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
What happened after you killed me last time?
I tried to leave while you suffocated, but but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then... Well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too. I don't think I can move without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
If you need me alive, then why did you threaten me on the stairs? Why didn't you try being nice to me? I guess you can ask.
I'm nice. You're alive, aren't you?
Kind of.
And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me. You seem miserable.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
You're lunatic.
I am what I am. And right now, I'm in control.
Oh really? You just spilled out that you need me to leave. So I wouldn't call it being in control.
So, you might want to be a little nicer to me.
She raises one long gloved finger, its tip hovering just over your skin, seeming to enjoy the lingering threat. But she withdraws, sparing you another momentary glimpse of death.
Oh, now she's close.
Like
What
I
about this?
said, I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
Already, you're not actively doing this?
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, 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 nerves, heart.
You what?
Definitely not. If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. A little good luck charm to make sure I stay free. Don't worry, I'll make sure to take good care of you. I promise.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
Yeah.
Oh, we both know that you don't have a say here, so you should just look on the bright side.
Lungs, liver,
I'm not sure what the bright side is for you, but I'm positive you can find it if you look hard enough.
Look at the bright side. Maybe there isn't one, but I'm sure you can find one. Yes.
liver, nerves, heart, lungs, 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 liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
We might stuck down here together until you change your mind.
Static, and a skipped beat as she touches your shoulder and whispers in your ear.
Ah, can I get ASMR this time?
No! Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
She's going to be under what can go wrong. Well, you see what's going
Until your
wrong.
heart finally gives out.
Lungs, liver,
And then, when you die, I'll
Ooh,
find
she's
myself
dancing
somewhere
around.
new. And before too long, you'll be there too. That's how this all works, right? This doesn't end until you let me out. And a lot can happen before then. I'm sure I can get creative.
See, now she's threatening me for an interesting time if I stay here.
nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs,
I'm glad you're seeing things my way.
Oh.
nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
Oh, that's adorable. You don't have anything that can hurt me, so do your worst.
liver, nerves, heart, lungs,
I wonder if I had the knife. Could I actually
liver, nerves,
try?
heart,
Probably I could try, but
nerves, heart,
I'm not sure it would work.
liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
Does it mean you can die?
The princess cocks her head, neck cracking uncomfortably, and you can't help but imagine a smile carve its way from ear to ear on the other side of her mask.
Of course I can die. I'm dying all the time, and so are you. But we're both still here, and you can't make me go away.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
You know what? Let's remain here.
You poor deluded thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not.
Liver.
I am what I am, and you're always going to be a coward.
Liver. No.
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you. Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken.
No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Let me out.
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers. Here one moment. Gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Wow, that is creepy image.
Let me out.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier.
Let me out.
No. What's happening to us?
Let me out.
This is all too much. I can't keep going.
Oh, the narrator is giving up.
You can't keep going. Well, what are you talking about?
But he doesn't respond.
Oops, I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
What is that? But you live on. Chapter 3 and 4 and 5 and a lot of other. The monolith of fear. I didn't read what's the moment of clarity.
Ooh. You're on a path in the... Shit. What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing? There was a princess, I think.
It's
all
broken
so
again.
Fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember. You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you?
Oh, so you are realizing that the possibility narrator, huh?
I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left. We have to let her out.
No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her.
Slay? We decided not to do that, didn't we?
Yeah, the one point and the second point.
Yeah, we're supposed to let her out. It's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything.
No, we were supposed to keep her trapped there forever. I think.
I see. Because there was so many chapters. There are so many voices.
We're supposed to be unfeeling. How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart? We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere.
There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything.
We love her, so we have to set her free. Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts us?
To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love.
Ah, so poetic.
Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us. This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
That's a good question. I think they're all wrong. That's a good question. How many times have you all been here? What if we don't go to the cabin? Can you make sense of them? I feel so disjointed. I don't know if I can pull this off. I don't know if I can slay her. Proceed to cabin. The only way out is to do nothing. So nothing I will do. Yeah,
Of course we're wrong. She's the only thing that's right.
Yes, obviously they're all wrong. What are you going to do about it?
I don't know. How many times have we been here?
Many times.
It feels like we've been here forever. But it also feels like we've barely been here at all.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, we just have to do what she says and then everything will be fine. It won't. It will be for us. She said so. You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine. It just goes on and on.
He's probably right. But it doesn't make sense. I remember being here twice before this. And some of you don't seem to remember being here at all. Was I here this other times? Someone make decisions.
What does here even mean if you really think about it?
Shut up. You were here. Every single time.
You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order.
And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's always belonged.
You're lucky. What I would give to be able to forget. I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all too soft. A shame, really.
Don't think about that too hard. All it will do is weaken your resolve and make it that much harder for you to slay her.
Maybe you're shattered in your own way. Are you your memories? Or are you the one perceiving the present moment?
Ugh, here you go philosophizing again. It never goes anywhere.
Probably.
Yes, this is far from the first time you've asked us about consciousness. Who am I? What am I? What is I?
Who even cares? They're good questions, great questions even, but they don't have any answers. And they all just end in quivering torment. It doesn't matter what we do, because we always find her, and if we don't find her, she always finds us.
And then she smashes us into smaller pieces. If you all just stopped feeling, we could have been done with this ages ago.
Your thoughts are far too scattered to rein back in. Your only option is to silence them.
What if we don't go?
We've tried that.
It doesn't work.
Oh, well.
Our hearts always brought us back to her.
The deck is stacked.
So many paths, and they're all circles.
Okay,
There's
that makes
nothing
sense.
worth making sense of. They're clearly all traumatized.
And yet, you aren't. We break apart, and you stay the same.
Because narrator don't remember loops.
Yeah, what's your secret? Why can you break the rules when we can't? I don't care how you feel. You have to slay her. You have to pull yourself together. You have to snap out of it.
You're lucky you haven't been stuck here like the rest of them. There's no other way to keep going. You either need to forget, or you need to stop feeling much of anything. They can't do either.
He's not wrong. He's the only smart one left, if you ask me.
He's worse than her.
Yeah, let's do
You
nothing.
do nothing. You can't just do nothing. You have to do something.
That's a new one. Huh. Do you think it'll work? No. Nothing ever works.
Boo! You're the worst one.
Boo!
He's not the one who got us into this mess.
At least I keep you breathing around her. See? That's why the sad one's the worst. The jumpy one tries.
Who cares? All of you just yap about nothing.
And that kind of attitude is why you're in the top half.
Great.
And that's why you're not the top.
I want to see what nothing does for us. And right now, all of you aren't letting nothing happen.
Hopefully this stuff's all the rest of them someplace quiet. You need me, and you need to not have them. He'll get you killed by himself.
Now my voice is yandere to me.
Oh, all of us have gotten all the rest of us killed at one point or another. That's hardly even a concern now. As the little voices bicker amongst themselves, you do your best to stay still in the woods. It is difficult, and the more time you spend waiting, the harder it will be to sharpen your focus when you need it. I wonder what we look like right now. Are we standing? Sitting? I like to think we have an air of dignity.
I doubt that.
My point exactly.
Oh, well, I guess we have to proceed.
You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward. But eventually, you do make it to the cabin. Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill. No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there.
Don't ask him about the mirror. He always says he never sees it.
He always lies. And he always makes it gone. Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. You know that as well as I do.
She's still
Surely.
here, buried deep inside the earth.
It's getting better and better, yeah.
Just walk up the hill.
Quite surreal.
Always give too much space to the others. It's why you always lose.
And what's wrong with giving them space? What if it helps them? What if they need to be heard?
They've been heard too much. It's why they are the way they are.
Exactly. They are delusions, and all that catering to them will do is drag you down to their level. You have to keep moving. Or you could just give up.
Jeez, that's very heroic of you.
You walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin.
The cabin that isn't there.
You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it. Smash it to pieces.
She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free.
It's the only way we can have our thoughts back. Just go around it.
Just do something. It doesn't matter what.
Probably.
Proceed. Proceed to where? I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific.
No, let's just proceed.
That's another new one. How do you keep coming up with new things? I hope this works better than nothing did. Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them.
And it already has worked. It's gone, don't you see? We're one step closer to her.
The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure therein. Wrong and unsettling as it may be, the only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor, a hint of its shining edge teasing through the sediment.
I like how the blade is always pristine. I wonder if that's something they added in the Pristine Cut patch, or was it always so pristine?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
I'm not going to do this right.
Take it. It's the only way forward.
Take the blade. It's the only way forward. You already tried the fingers. Don't you remember? You have to take the blade. I guess I have to take the blade.
You reach down to take the blade, but as you do, the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into the earth. You lean over the hole and gaze into the abyss. It is so very deep.
And the abyss is gazing back.
Deep in the bowels of the earth. You see something staring back at you.
There we go.
It fills you with dread. It's her.
Yep.
She's watching us. She never stops watching us.
You really are a coward.
With every word she speaks, the princess in the pit blinks closer.
I was joking when I said that way back when. You know that, right?
The what?
Closer.
I was having some fun, and I guess I wanted to see if I could melt you.
And closer.
Watching over me forever? That was so brave.
And closer.
I guess the me being coward.
But forever is so long. And time erodes everything.
It should erode your face. Ooh.
Except for me.
Are you sure about that?
I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back. All that's left is for you to take me away and let me out. It'll be so much fun. You and me, together, exploring the world and spreading fear wherever we go. Well, mostly just me. But you'll get to be there too. A witness.
Nice.
I can even make you a little cage if you want. Gilded and everything.
Wow, it will be gilded.
Now don't pose. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need. And you lost your power so long ago. Don't bother working yourself into a frenzy to get it back.
Do something. Do anything that isn't taking her hand.
Just an object, a tool. You once were something else a long time ago. What was that something you? Or is it just a dull and jaded memory? There is no other ending here. Just take her hand and set her free.
You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle, tender even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you. The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that resistance gives way, and it's over.
At least I have gilded cage.
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next.
I didn't think I'd be so tired.
The prince exhausted slumps.
Why is it so cold?
And there it goes. You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Yeah. I can finally think again. Almost. That mirror's back. What does that mean for us? I'm sure it'll be whisked away, just like her. Maybe it won't be gone. Things are different now, aren't they? Doesn't seem like there's much else to do here. Finally, we can smash it.
Smash!
Oh, will you stop with the smashing?
What do we say, boys? One last vain attempt to look at ourselves.
Oh yes, let's
Yeah.
look.
I think I'd like that.
I feel like this is the first time Hero actually wants to look at the mirror.
Seems we've got a majority. All that's left is to give it a look.
Step towards the mirror once more. Secrets remain hidden. Its mysteries remain unresolved.
Something tells me that this is the end of the line. But I don't feel bad about it. I'm ready. It feels okay. The fear's gone.
Did you manage to finally kill her? I don't think so. She just gets absorbed like another fragment.
I'm done fighting. My heart feels quiet. The game was always going to end. I'll be free of all of you. I'm ready for the truth. I'm ready to sleep.
I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here. Boys, it's been an honor.
I feel like the voices are like one of the best part of this game. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. The decay. You've withered. You've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Voices are being optimistic. Voices are being everything. You are at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradiction doesn't exist. How can you stand to be a contradiction? It doesn't matter how many times I go back. At least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse? What do you think of this vessel? I am still planning to kill you once we're done. Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind? Have you figured out what you want to be when we're finished? Do you still not care what I bring you next? How many more vessels do I need? Let's ask.
We will know when we near our destination.
So I guess we are not near.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it. As easily as you can stand to be you, you are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
No, I actually get this. That my character is basically like this thing. It changes slowly but surely and grows into something depending on what endings I get.
This one is a waiting mall. An inevitable destination where all roads end. She will make for a wise heart.
Wise, you say?
Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
By the way, I'm still gonna kill you.
If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. But know that I do not wish you harm, even if you attempt to destroy me.
Before you were saying that you don't know what you will do.
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
I feel like this game is really promising some kind of resolution depending on what parts / endings I get.
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me. I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you. The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets.
So you basically have no free will, huh?
My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me. It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
Nah, not in particular. If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what this says about me. Ah, not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you. I have no opinion one way or another on that matter. I just wanted all to stop. Yes, you're torturing me and I hate it, and I think I hate you. I don't have opinion.
How strange of you to ask me then. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
A wise heart bring a moment of clarity to her.
You're
Okay.
on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
We've
And
been
in the
here
basement of that cabin is a print.
for 3 hours already, so I think I will... Which time we're going? For chapter 1? I think it's like... I've done it 3 times? Or 4? I'm not even sure. Yeah, but this will be the last time for today, I think. And yeah, since it seems that there is some kind of resolution at the end if you, I don't know, bring enough endings or bring all of the endings, I don't even know. I think it's more likely that you have to bring some endings, not all of them. And then you will have an ending, depends on what endings you have. It kind of seems like that. At least I hope it's like that. So I think I will continue this series until we get like the ending. So yeah, I will continue it next week basically. So that is enough for today. The game is really interesting. But yeah, I think I'll end it for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time, next week. Bye!